Welcome back to the channel. My name is a-bomb. We're back with Football Manager 2020 and a deal with the Devils with Manchester United, and today we're taking on Crystal Palace in a home game. We're at the end of October and we are the only remaining side in the league that have yet to suffer defeat in the league. Wolves have just lost their first match. It was 3-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool and City started slowly, but they have now taken the top two spots in the league. We are currently in 6th place, but we do have this game and one more game in hand because for some reason there was a weekend that we didn't play, and I don't really know why we didn't. But Crystal Palace today, we're going to try and keep our unbeaten run going, and we'll have a look at what happened off camera as well. But as always, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you leave a like and leave comments as they help the channel more than anything. And if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, do consider subscribing and turning on notifications. So last episode was our first game in our Europa League group, and it was a goalless draw at home against Club Brugge. 27 shots, didn't manage to score. They had one shot on target, one shot all game. And yeah, it's 3 games so far on camera, and we haven't won one yet. So today we're going to turn that around, we're going to end that hoodoo, and we're going to win on camera against Palace. 6 games played off camera, and we did actually lose a game. This was the Carabao Cup 3rd round. We lost on penalties to Arsenal after a thrilling 3-3 draw. Really great match. But when it went to penalties, unfortunately, we just weren't up to scratch with them, and Arsenal went through at our expense. I didn't rotate too much for this game. Romero did play in goal, just because it was a cup competition, so he might play in the FA Cup. I'm going to try and give him some minutes this year. Arsenal rotated themselves as well, but Bukayo Saka got the first goal in just the 7th minute, so an early goal for the home team. Saka getting it. They went 1-0 up. United, ourselves, equalised on 16 minutes, Cavani scoring. But then Arsenal went straight back in front. Aubameyang scored 27 minutes. They were then 2-1 up, and we put it back to 2-2. Before half-time, Marcus Rashford with a goal in first half injury time. A bit more about Rashford in a second. We took the lead for the first time in the game. Scott McTominay with, I think, his first goal of the season, 51 minutes. A good goal as well, and we were in front for the first time in the game. But Arsenal did manage to take it to penalties. Reece Nelson off the bench with an 89th minute goal. A very close game. Like, sort of, Arsenal had more possession. We kind of went in between our two tactics of the counter-attacking and the sort of tiki-taka. In terms of stats, it was almost the same. I think Arsenal may have created a little bit more than us, but we had lots of key passes, just didn't really convert them into chances to take. As far as the penalty shootout, it was 4-2 to Arsenal. Lindelof had his saved. Rashford also had his saved. So that's 2 penalties now Rashford's missed this season. One of them was during a league match. This was in the shootout. So Arsenal go through 4-2. Emile Smith-Rowe scoring the winning penalty. And it sends us out of the Carabao Cup. We're not being judged on it, so I'm not overly disappointed. But it's the only competitive match we've lost so far this season. After that, we thrashed Chelsea 5-0. Like, we're struggling against teams we're expected to beat. We drew against Club Brugge. We drew against Bournemouth. Against Spurs, we were 3-0 winners. And here against Chelsea, we won 5-0 at home. And again, possession. Chelsea, 63%. But, I mean, look at their chances. They didn't create a single chance. We just completely shut them out. So this absolutely works against like big teams. It's just doing so well. We were terrific in this game. Look how many key passes there were. And look how many chances created as well. Like 7 chances. We weren't without goals either. Going forward, we were just as good. Harry Maguire, defender, getting a goal in the 8th minute. Daniel James getting his first Manchester United goal. That came on 32 minutes. And it was 3-0 before half-time as Cavani scored on 41 minutes. We were absolutely dominating the game. We weren't in possession, but we were winning the ball and we were immediately breaking. Paul Pogba added a 4th on 64 minutes, and then in 71 minutes it was 5 as Emerson turned the ball into his own net. So 5-0 home win against Chelsea. We absolutely ran them off the pitch. They could not do anything. Next was our second Europa League group game, and this was in the Czech Republic against Slavia Prague. It was a 1-0 win. Again, we had more chances than them. We had more of the ball on them in this case. But just the 1 goal. We are struggling so far in the Europa League, but we're getting results. We've got a draw against Bruges. We beat Slavia Prague, but only just. 3 minutes from time, it was the only goal coming from Angel Gomez, of all people as well. Coming off the bench was the youngster. Again, we rotated. We played some younger players. Tae Chong played. Mason Greenwood played. So we did sort of put a couple of younger players in there, and Gomez came off the bench and got the only goal. Prague, not without their chances. They had a couple of opportunities, but yeah, good to get a win in this one because it finally gives us some points in this group. We had 1 point, now we have 4. Back in the league, it was a 2-0 win at the Amex against Brighton and Hove Albion. Not without their shots. They had more shots than a lot of people do against us, but we had 17 to their 12. Not a lot of possession again from us, but we broke in the counter-attacking. Works against these sort of teams as well. Like Brighton, we started off playing like that tiki-taka, but it didn't work. We went counter-attacking, and yeah, again, not as much possession, but we made it count when we did have it. Jesse Lingard with his first goal of the season here on 21 minutes, opening his account for the season. And Cavani converted a penalty on the hour to make it 2-0. It's a pretty routine win here. Nothing else to really talk about here. Like, the 2 goals were our chances, really. There wasn't much more than that. But we made them count. We got the 2-0 win. And again, it's another clean sheet. We then met Arsenal again, this time in the league, and it was another draw at the Emirates. But this time, Arsenal, lots of shots here. Like our tactic we used against Spurs and against Chelsea didn't work against Arsenal. They look like a really good team in this in this game, definitely. And it was another draw. Cavani got the goal for us, and that came pretty early on, just the 7th minute of the game. And it was at Nicolas Pepe with the Arsenal goal that came just before half an hour. But we really struggled to get into this one. For the first time this season, it's a game where we've really struggled. But we didn't have as many shots as them. We didn't have much possession as them. Rashford had a terrible game, a 6.1. And Rashford either isn't very good on this game, or I'm just not getting the best out of him. I don't know which it is, but Rashford's been poor so far this season. Like, to the point where today against Palace, he's not playing. Martial is. But another draw against Arsenal. So that's twice that they've drawn against us. Of course, they knocked us out of the cup with a shootout in the previous one. Our next was a 3-0 win in the Europa League against Utrecht. So we faced all 3 teams in our group. Now this one got an early goal, then it went quiet, and then we just took control again at the end with 2 goals in 4 minutes late on. Once again, dominant here. We allowed them just 1 shot at goal. They didn't create a single thing. They didn't have a single key pass either. We were, once again, dominant in the game. Pogba with a 7th minute goal, nice and early. A good one as well, about 20 yards outside the area. Pogba does not do tap-ins. And then, like I said, it went quiet for a little bit. Rashford, again, it wasn't particularly impressive. Cavani was fairly quiet. And we replaced Rashford with Mason Greenwood in the 84th minute. And he scored on the 89th minute his first United goal to make it 2-0. And then Pogba decided to shoot from about 35 yards and scored. That was in injury time. So a 3-0 win up until 89 minutes. It was only 1-0. But once again, we were dominant in the game, took control. And for a while, thought it was going to be just another 1-0 win. But 2 late goals made sure we ended up with more goals than that. So it's been pretty good. We did lose our first competitive match, as I said. But in the league, so yeah, we are the only team left unbeaten. Wolves have just lost to Liverpool, who have only lost 1 game themselves. City also with 25 points from 10 games. I don't know why we still have a game in hand. Like, there was a weekend we didn't play, and I don't know why. But yeah, if we can win that game in hand and beat Palace today, we're going to be back in that top 4, hopefully. So we are odds-on favourites against the Crystal Palace, who sit smack bang in the middle of the table at the moment. Who's bottom at the moment? Burnley and also Villa, the only teams yet to win a match 10 games in. So this is the side that beat Utrecht 3-0. I'm not sure what we're going to change. Rashford's not playing. I think we're going to go back to Martial. He's just recovered from injury. Shaw, going to give him a bit of a rest today. We're going to start Ashley Young. I'm actually going to start Massa on the right-hand side as well. We haven't seen much of him. It's his first start anyway. He did get an assist in that European game. We'll replace Greenwood on the bench, even though we did score in the cup game. Rashford, he's going to have to be on the bench, but he's just not playing well at the moment. That big spike you see was in a reserve game, which for some reason he was picked for, and I don't really know why. So Crystal Palace putting out a 4-1-4-1 formation. Guaita in goal. Van Aanholt, Sacco, Cahill and Joe Ward, the back 4. Of course, Wan-Bissaka would have been their right back, playing against his old club today. James McArthur sitting behind a midfield of Jeff Schlupp, Victor Camarasa, Max Meyer and Adama Traore from Wolverhampton? Really? How did Palace pull that off? 13.25 million. That's a steal. Wilfried Zaha's up top. Pogba's been running the show in midfield so far, and he's been one of our best players so far, as has Luke Shaw, as I mentioned. So those 2 are really doing well at the moment. McTominay also, he's sort of sharing his moments with him and Pereira at the moment. He's doing well as well. Rashford's the only real downside with this Arsenal team at the moment. The only player that's really underperforming. Hopefully we can get our first one on camera today, because we haven't won a game with these cameras on yet. Come on, let's see some crosses. Let's see some balls forward here. This is very sideways at the moment. Here we go, Wan-Bissaka. Let's see if he can get a cross in there. He can, but it's dealt with by the Palace defence. Ashley Young backwards again to Pereira. And Wan-Bissaka, come on, good cross here. Put it in there. He's got Mata. Cavani. McTominay. Oh, he's hit the bar, or is it a save? I don't know, but it's not in the goal. So it's not good enough. Ashley Young's got loads of space. Cavani, no. Mata's hit the post. Oh, God, we haven't scored yet. I don't know how, but we've had lots of chances to. Oh. Long ball has found Jeffrey Schlupp here. He's tried to dink the goalkeeper De Gea, but De Gea manages to get back. That was crafty. We'll just change Martial to an inverted winger from an inside forward. Hopefully he can set up Cavani a bit more. He's been very quiet once again. The left side is a problem at the moment because we're not seeing much out there. Rashford's been poor. Martial's not done much either. And at half time, we're still goalless. Again, we haven't scored a goal. Okay, we're an hour into the game. Still haven't scored. Pereira's done well. That's it. Martial is doing poorly. Daniel James is going to play on the left. Rashford's not doing well. Martial's not doing well. So we're going to go Daniel James now. What foot is he? He's right-footed. So inverted winger. Come on, James. Let's see what you got. 70 minutes. Still no goals here. Mata also been quiet. Lingard's going to come on. 73 minutes played. Here is Jesse Lingard. And Ward cuts that out. Camarasa to Cahill. Wilfried Zaha. Adama Traore. I think they've got someone up top now. Jordan Ayew is on. Maya. Lingard needs to get to that and he doesn't. And now he's got it back. Ball's been given away. Lingard making the run. Come on, set up Cavani. What are you doing? They're trying to run towards goal. They're trying to dribble it into the goal. Stop trying to walk it in. Cavani. Let's come back out to Young. And a header away by Ward. It's James. Guaita catches onto that. James. He's got to put a ball in here. Come on. It's Pogba. Pogba goes for it from range and it's wide. I mean, he can score from there. We've already seen it. Last 10 minutes. How have we not scored again? Is there going to be another draw? I've gone very attacking. Right, Cavani's coming off. Rashford's going to go up top. This is ridiculous. How have we not won a game on camera yet? We haven't lost any in the league. Okay, we're coming up to 90 minutes. There's 3 minutes of injury time to play. Can we please score a goal and win a game? Because this is ridiculous. It makes me look awful. Pogba. That's been intercepted by Van Aanholt. Here's Jordan Ayew. Sacco to Cahill. And McTominay's won the ball there. Come on. Lingard, you... Are these guys camera shy or something? Come on. Another draw. Another bloody draw. Are you serious? 21 shots. 6 on target. These Man United players must not like being on YouTube. Because we haven't won a game yet on camera. And yet we can win easily when the cameras aren't on. Look at this. We haven't lost a league game so far this season. We've drawn 3. And 2 of those were on camera. So with that, we miss a chance to overtake Wolves and maybe Arsenal and go maybe 3rd. And instead we're 5th, still unbeaten, but somehow we're only 5th place. We're the only side left that haven't lost a league game yet. And we've got Wolves next, who are actually doing really, really well. So I think we're going to come back for the West Ham game at London Stadium. It'll be the first game of December. At Christmas time is very interesting because we've got the Etihad for the Manchester Derby, and then on Boxing Day we host Liverpool. So that's 2 huge games there in the space of a week. But City and Liverpool is going to be tough. I mean, we've got great results against Chelsea and Spurs so far this season. Arsenal have been a bit of a hiccup, but against the big teams, so far we're doing well. The form is really, really good. There's just 1 or 2 people, like Rashford and Martial, I'm thinking of those guys, that are letting the side down. Rashford's got 2 goals in all competitions this season. Hasn't got any assists. Martial, I don't think he's even scored. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, do drop a like down below and leave comments. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Next time, we are going to face West Ham and hopefully get a game on camera that we can win. Because West Ham, they're in 15th. So hopefully we can get something against them. They've lost 6 games already. So hopefully that is a game that we will win, because we need to start winning some games on camera. Otherwise, we're not going to get into that top 4. We haven't lost yet this season, but 3 draws. You watch, I'll win like all 5 games off camera. Wolves, Utrecht, Newcastle, Watford and Bruges. You watch, we'll win all 5 of those. We'll get to West Ham and we'll bloody draw again, because the cameras will be turned on. United players are scared of YouTube, obviously. But we're going to go to North London, going to hopefully get our first win, and that will be next time. For now, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.